Now the circle is complete and the trees begun to grow again. The path is now open, and so the symbol of the journey must change. Now the beginning is tied to the end. The deep city breathes. Uru again. Do you believe?
Hello. This is your Phantom Safety Pin. Welcome back to Uru Complete Chronicles. The Path of the Shell. Now last time we found out something strange is going on with Ahnonay, and I think it has to do with that crack in the sky. There's something very wrong about that, isn't there? Wonder what's going on with that. I want to see what's going on with that. But we can't get there just yet. Now I know this cloth over here is tempting, but I'm not going to touch it just yet. Because we know if we mark a cloth, it marks our place in that age. There's a way to get to that tower. And if you've been watching what's been going on with Ahnonay, you notice that tower kind of corresponds to a central location. And we last touched a cloth on that central location right in the middle. So that would correspond to the inside of the tower. So what we need to do is go back to Relto. This link I showed you here was a false link, you see. We don't need this link. We need the other link. The link we need is through the Relto cloth. We don't want to go through the cathedral, because that will change our place. We want to go through this journey cloth. We get this right. Aha! New location. We are now inside the tower on the Water Ahnonay age. In fact, I can even prove we're on the Water Ahnonay age, because if we look out through this window... No! Get off the ladder! You will see. That's that main island. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm sorry to press some of these levers and buttons here. Never met levers or buttons I did not want to press. Interesting. Looks like something changed outside. What does this do? Kind of timer, sounds like. What does this do? Hey! The water seems kind of calm. You notice that? There's not a current anymore. And yeah, indeed there isn't a current anymore. If we were to get in the water, there would be no current. Now, I'm not going to do that just yet. But there's no current in the water. That current was false. That was a false current. Meaning, there's some sort of mechanical device that was stirring this age for us. This whole age there's some sort of mechanical device on this age that was stirring it. Now, why would Kadish create a false current around that island? It's because maybe he doesn't want us to see something. Now, I wonder what he didn't want us to see. Of course, he's long dead. He can't do anything about it. Oh, interesting. Nice view, but that doesn't really give us much help, does it? Very strange. Very, very, very strange. Now, let me go somewhere else. We're not going to swim just yet. I want to check something if I link back to Relto. Let's see what happens if I feel like I shut something off that changes the way the age is meant to operate. Oh, that's different. 366. Interesting. Let's click off this ladder. Uru glitches, apparently? That was the only point to really come here. Just to see that little number there. Because we do need it for later. Very, very strange how this is operating, isn't it? You can see why the average dummy might think that Kadish traveled through time. But of course, it doesn't look like he actually did. Now, I'm going to link... I think we've broken some sort of system that was in place to make it look like you were traveling through time. We do need to keep going this way to kind of progress it. I promise we need to do it this way. This should, if I'm right, take us to Foggy Ahnonay. Yep, I thought so. And then we are going to want to, I think, walk to where we need to go to progress it to the space version of Ahnonay. There's something we need to do there. We do have to shift this a few times. There is a lever we have to reset because when we went to Foggy Ahnonay to show you what was going on there, there's a lever that has to be reset. And you remember that lever we pressed that was in the ocean version of Ahnonay? It reset it because we battled there. So we need to go back to Space Ahnonay and then Ocean Ahnonay. For a Relto Cloth to be set. I keep calling it a Relto Cloth. It's not a Relto Cloth. I know what it's actually called. But I keep calling it a Relto Cloth. Just bear with me a little bit. And try not to fall through the gaps in the world. Yes, I love the conceit of Ahnonay. I think it's a very cool concept for an age to have. Like, shifting through different versions of the same age like that. Very, very cool. Quite ingenious of how Kadish did this, actually, when you finally see the truth of how he did it. Unfortunately, shifting ages like this, I believe, has reactivated the current, so we need to reset the current. So just, again, bear with me. I know this is obnoxious, but, well, it is what it is. Uru likes to make you take your time. Really make sure you're appreciating the ages you're going to. So if I did this right, we should add back up in the Ocean Ahnonay. But what we discovered here is how to manipulate the 3 eras of Ahnonay and use the journey cloths that we find to our advantage to link you to the same version of Ahnonay but different areas of Ahnonay. So, that leads you to believe that it's moving through potentially space, but not necessarily through time. It is not moving through time. It's moving through space. Silly Kadish messed up time and space. He is no Time Lord. Now, I believe you want to go through the journey cloth. Yes, to get to the tower. So we want to click on this lever right here. That should set that off there. Door is not open, but we should open the door again. I believe we have deactivated the ocean current. I might be wrong. If we have, we should be able to freely swim in the water. Aha, yes. We can freely swim in the water. Now we're going over to this area, because I'm curious. I want to see what's at this fireplace. Looks like there's a whole city over there. Getting closer. Wait. What is that? Wait a minute. Wait, that's not a city. That's a... It's just a cheap map painting! It's just a painting with a crack in it! Kadish, you liar! It was fake. It was all fake. Indeed, all of these are map paintings. Ahnonay is not a real age. I mean, well, it's a real age. But, only that island in the center, that's the only real thing. That island in the tower. These paintings here, map paintings. Ahnonay is a lie. A very convincing lie, but a lie nonetheless. Now, why would Kadish want to lie if he's the grower? That doesn't make much sense, does it? Could be he is not the grower at all. Very fishy, very strange. Now, there is another painting. Like, there's that tunnel there we could go through, but there's a couple paintings I want to take a look at. In fact, if I were to go around, all of these are paintings, and there is a number we need to find on the back of one of them. So, bear with me, we're going to do a lot of swimming. We can freely do now, because Ahnonay, as we can tell, is fake. I think it might be this painting, actually. And you can swim like this, but this is a lot faster. But yes, how interesting is that? You know, this kind of reminds me a little bit about the idea of like those fake apartment buildings in North Korea. I don't know if you ever read about that. Apparently, right over the border between South and North Korea, the North Koreans have set up like a sort of propaganda measure of a bunch of empty buildings that they turn the lights on and off all the time to make it look like North Korea is amazing, as like propaganda. So this is similar to what Kadish did right here. It is a nice little swim around Ahnonay, though. This version of Ahnonay. I think it's set right over here. Is that it? Yep, that's it. This is what I wanted to show you. This number right here. 232. Good to remember. Hope it'll help us much. But it's gotta be important. I mean... And I believe that our tunnel that we wanted to see, that very obvious tunnel that we saw, is back over here. Yep, back over here. Very interesting that there's a crack in it. I don't know if it's a crack in whatever is containing this age, or a crack in, like, the map painting. But obviously it wasn't there before. It's a crack in the actual thing that's containing the age. Very, very, very strange, Ahnonay. I like how it slowly reveals how fake it is over time, too. Very neat. So we're also where we need to go. Let's do here. We're about to discover Kadish's secret. And his secret is quite secrety indeed. He really wanted this hidden from the rest of the dunny. He really wanted the dunny to be impressed. It's amusing how nobody ever questioned it. Wonder if Kadish would have liked Ghost. They're all about weird false prophets and stuff. I can't get up over there. How do I get up? Interesting. So we find ourselves in what appears to be some sort of control room, but how do I get up there? Oh. Ah, I see. There is one jetty that's open. Okay. Can I, like, swim backwards, please? Maybe I can climb up there if I'm careful. Very, very interesting that, Kadish went through all this trouble just to make him seem like he's the grower. Isn't it? Very, very interesting. There's a shell cloth over there. We can't get there just yet. We'll be able to eventually. Let's see what's over here. Like some kind of bunker. It's like Fallout or something. Interesting. Can we get to the other side this way? Aha! We have. Let's go touch this shell cloth. Never mind a cloth I didn't want to touch. That's important, because now we're going to want to not to, like, shift through all these ages again. This is the only way to get into the bunker. We know how the cloths work here at this point. You'll notice it's the dunny number 1. This is bunker 1. And if we are to continue on with this age, we're going to want to continue forth, see if we can find a way into that door. Activated something. Well, that must not be the right one. But it made a sound as it went down. So obviously that was the right lever. It's like we reset something. I wonder why. Doesn't seem like there's anywhere else we can go. Let's see if we can get back out by linking to Relto using our shell cloth. Like something got rotated or moved. It's a large like noise that it's making, like a really big like a big boom noise almost. Like some piece of machinery moving. Strange. Oh. Oh god. Dead by Uru. 2, 3. Did that say 2, 3? 2, 3, 1? 2, 3, 1. It would go out to an age, but I don't know to what age. This makes me hella nervous. Hella nervous. Oh. Oh. I feel like I'm playing Amnesia: The Dark Descent, guys. This feels really, really uncomfortable. I don't like this area. I feel like something's gonna come out and stab me. I think I should just, like, activate this lever and go. Activate the lever and go. Yep, activate the lever and go. Activate the lever and go. What if the door is going to open? Yup. Oh. 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 Well, now I just feel like I'm playing Silk Song. Oh. Oh, okay. That's not complete, it looks like. Looks like maybe this is under construction. That's why we don't have a fourth place to go. Kadish never finished Ahnonay before Dunny fell. Oh, hey, that's a ladder. Okay. Wasn't expecting to be a ladder there. I don't feel comfortable being down all these gears. I really, really, really feel like I'm playing Silksong now. Oh, I really feel like I'm playing Silksong now. Oh. Well, activating the shell cloth seems the proper thing to do. I'm curious. Can we get to that age? Would I have to go back to Reltone now? I'm very curious. Maybe this will link us to that fourth part of Relto. I'm very curious. I love the entire conceit of Ahnonay. I just think it's very, 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 very cool that they did this. Made it a whole age about, oop, my bad. I picked the wrong one. I want to use the actual panel. My bad. The other one just takes us back to the actual Relto cloth. We don't want that. I want to see what happens if I blink through the panel now. Man, freaking Ahnonay is trippy as hell. It's the trippiest age. You thought the Shroom age was trippy? Nah, this is the trippiest age in Uru. Oh. Interesting. Now this is different. There's Kadish right there, or what he would have looked like in life. He really wanted people to think he was the grower, damn! What did it get you, man? What did it get you? I wonder if Yisha saw this. I'm not so sure she did. There are whole, like, parts that are just not complete. How bizarre. Kadish's fourth area of Ahnonay. Under construction. He never finished it before Dunny fell. Makes me wonder if our cultures all fell. What would it look like if, say, some alien found our construction bits and, like, realized that there were people that lived there? And realized that there were more to us than, met the eye. Realized our hubris. Sobering. Oh, was this going to rotate? It was going to rotate. Wow. It would have been quite impressive if Kadish had ever managed to finish it before Dunny fell. Swampy water beneath. Would have been impressive. Very impressive. Well, we're not going to use that book because we know that's going to shift things. Instead, we will want to go back to our shell cloth. I'm curious about what that chair does. I want to see what that chair does that we have there. And by the way, yes, all of that was needed to activate that chair. Remember that Johnny likes super complex things. Very complex things. They're weirdly complex, and I just went to the wrong age, my bad. Wrong part of the age. I need to go to the cloth. I keep doing this. Phantom, stop being a dumbass. Stop being a dumbass and use the actual cloth that you are actually supposed to use. Use the cloth, Phantom. Use the cloth. I'm sorry, I'm so used to linking through a book that I just automatically touch panel and go. I did not learn a single thing from Exile whatsoever. Let's see what happens when I sit in the chair. Oh! It's an elevator. Oh. Interesting. Nope, this reminds me of the Maze Runner a little bit. Interesting. It also reminds me of the thing in you remember in Riven, the thing in the submarine in the lake? That's what it reminds me of a little bit. Just a little bit. Well, let's see what happens. What if I do this? Oh, it turns the chair around, okay. But I assume this one must raise it. So this one must be a forward lever. Okay. Interesting. Let's take a look around this place. Oh, wow. Forgot how awesome Myst does rides in it. Ooh. Huh. This shows what the real center of Ahnonay is. Interesting. Very interesting. Perhaps if we keep going. Oh, it's a cable car? Whoa! I think I've hit the glitch. We have hit a glitch. Which means I'm gonna have to open up Fraps again. I knew this could happen. I've heard this can happen in Ahnonay. But that's okay, we can fix it with Fraps. Please tell me the chair is there. Yep, chair can be there. You can hit the button to lift all the chair. There we go. So I knew this could happen in Ahnonay. Knew this could happen in Ahnonay. So the first part seems to be safe. Oh. Oh, I stopped. Okay then. We'll try this again. Like I said, I knew this could happen in Ahnonay. It's to do with frame rate. The first way forward is fine, but we're gonna have to do Fraps for the next part. Here we go. I hope this lasts the 10 seconds, otherwise I'm kind of screwed. Real fast, real quick. Not gonna hear a whole lot of commentary from me throughout this whole thing. Let's hope this lasts 10 seconds. I'm real nervous. Real nervous, guys. Here we go. Hope this gets me through this. Because unfortunately I forgot this is a thing that can come with Ahnonay. think we're safe, but I'm gonna go up and down just in case. Whoa. So unfortunately, you did not get to see me come out of the chair, because I had to do the fraps thing, unfortunately. Oh. Game's okay now, though. We made it across. We made it across. But, yeah. Yeah, yep. Yep, yeah. Yeah, yep. Oh, hey! That looks interesting. You have your clothes on? Ah, interesting. Welcome to your new dunny shirt. 557, huh. I don't know if you remember the buttons in the Kadish gallery at all. We could go back there, but we'd have to do that ride all over again, and I'm not interested in doing that ride all over again. The answer to this is in the Kadish gallery, but I did take the liberty of off-screen looking up these numbers. So we're not going to do that. We're going to do an alternate method, because otherwise we have to go through that tunnel again. Unfortunately, I can't show you that all over again, because it would break the game, unfortunately. But I can tell you the proper order of these symbols. And if I will put in some images of what the numbers we need from the Kadish gallery are. Goes like this. And that should give us the access we need. Bingo! And we're in. Now there's a shell cloth here. We're not going to use this borrow tablet just yet. I want to hit this shell cloth first. So if we don't hit this shell cloth, bad things happen. I don't want to go through all that again. Oh? Oh. And now you can see all of those were what we call pod ages. Pod ages are a unique dunny construction that can link you through different parts of an age that is uninhabitable. And the real age of Ahnonay is a bunch of waterfalls in a big circle, which is why you can see all those crystals floating in space within that pod age. We were linking to those three pods before. 4 pods, technically. And the whole thing is a giant machine to basically make Kadish look like he can travel through time. Oh? Well, that's an interesting photo. You can see what appear to be the Barrow. Maybe Gusha. 625. That's an important number to mention. Now, that's an egg timer. Interesting. That times out how long 625 Uru seconds is. And this corresponds to about 15 minutes, or about 10 minutes, 25 seconds. Depending on who you ask. But about 15-ish minutes. 10 minutes and some change. And it corresponds to kind of telling us a little bit of like how long we need to wait to understand some of the puzzles we're going to be going into coming soon. Well, I never met a borrowed cloth I didn't want to take a look at. Oh, that's interesting. So this is not going to be stored... Now, here's the conceit. This is not going to be stored in any version of anywhere. We know borrow stones aren't. But we touch that cloth. So that we've touched this cloth. We do not need to touch it again, but I'll touch it again to be sure. Make sure our place is marked. So if we link, we're going to link back. This is a diagram of the cave we're about to go into. And when we touch this linking stone, well, I'll show you. So that timer is very important, and I'll explain what we're doing here in a second. Ah. Interesting. We know what that means. This is a borrow cave, friends. 532, huh? This is a hole in the top. This spiral cave is shaped like an hourglass, which is really interesting. What we're going to have to do is drop something through that upper hole into this bottom hole. And it will take us about 15 minutes to get by linking from that upper chamber to this bottom chamber. Now the reason we need to do this is because there's something on the wall we need to see, but we can't see it very well right now. You see those, you see these squares? Well, it doesn't tell us much. And yes, you do really have to go through this puzzle to understand what is doing this and to progress the game. It will not let you progress. It's a hard lock like the hidden journey cloth back in Eater Gira and Eater Chemo, where it was in the dark. Same conceit here. Those symbols will need to be lit up in a way. So look at the other pictures we've taken with our key. But we can't do that just yet. We need to find a way to drop through that upper hole. There's no way out of this borrow cave. We're gonna go here. We're not gonna touch the linking thing to Ahnonay again. There is a Relto page in Ahnonay, but I'm gonna do that at the very end because I don't want to mess up this puzzle and go through all that again. I really don't want to go through all that again. So, we will do that later. And I believe that might actually do it for Ahnonay for now. Yeah, we've pretty much solved Ahnonay. There's nothing else to do in Ahnonay except find that Relto page. So, there is another age we need to go to, though. We are done with Ahnonay. Haven't really found anything just yet, but it's interesting what we have found, isn't it? I think we're going to leave it there for now, though. So next time, this has been your Phantom Safety Pin. This has been Uru Complete Chronicles. We just finished Ahnonay. Now we'll catch you on the flip side. See you then.